Bio-associated memory loss may take months to resolve itself, but when it does, some patients are a little disappointed. The reality of someone's past often fails to match up to what they'd imagined it might be.
Right now, I'd settle for disappointment.
You may have to. In time, your memory is likely to recover completely.
But how do I know that? How will I ever be sure there's not one more nasty little memory just waiting to jump me?
Gyro session.
It was quite a crash.
Scramble! Emergency! Equipment
If it hadn't been for that pod, I doubt you'd have survived.
But why was I in the pod?
Well, you're far enough along in your recovery that it's safe to tell you. You were suffering from amyotrophic ossicular degeneration.
Is that bad?
Bad. It was fatal, but not anymore. You were given the self-viral specific for AOD as soon as you were thawed. Your bone marrow only took about a week to get back in order. Lucky you were in one of those older pods. Dr. Loomis said they were built to last. Dr. Loomis is the one who uncaught you.
I haven't met him.
No, he was scheduled to start his holiday before you were conscious again. He'll be back at the end of the month. Anyway, you were probably a holdover freeze. When you were diagnosed, there was still no cure, so they froze you down till there was one. Lucky for you, the AOD cure has been with us for some time now.
Lucky, yeah. Have they found out just why the ship crashed yet?
No, they're still investigating it. So far, nothing concrete's turned up. One theory is that the ship's anomaly gave out, but there were rumors about some sort of sabotage or hostile action. Oh, it's going to be weeks yet before anything's certain.
I was wondering if I could see a Dr. Loomis. He admitted me when I first came in.
One moment, please. Good. If you follow the little blue light to conference room 3, he'll meet you there.
Sir Alice. What a pleasant surprise. I suppose you'd better come in.
Doctor, look. I've got problems. I think maybe you've got them too from the way you look, but at least you remember your past life. I know how to do things, but not how I know how to do them. I've got no past.
Okay. There were suggestions that we should forget your case ever happened.
Suggestions from who?
No names. Just a lot of veiled threats. You arrived in a pretty beat-up pod, Alice. Custom-built, not one of the off-the-peg models. At least 10 years old.
10 years?
It could have been older. And you hadn't been in a hospital. There was no practitioner's seal on the pod when we opened it. The pod displays wouldn't show any reg number or planet of origin. But we didn't have a lot of time to bother about that. You were already in full cycle. The crash had started the pod's resuscitation routines. They took the thing away, but I don't know where. More than that, I can't help you. And I think the less we're seen together, the better. Good luck, Sir Alice. You're going to need a whole lot of it.
You're a hungry man.
Yeah, I guess I could eat.
You are starving, don't deny it. A barman nowadays, he has to have a sixth sense about his customers. And I'm nothing if I'm not a barman. Your credit's sweet enough. So we have stew, we have lizard guts, and we have space bug gumbo.
I'll have the stew, please.
I could have told you that. And you prefer your beer lukewarm, right?
No. No, actually, I prefer it lukewarm. Great.
Don't mind them, they're loudmouth, vicious cutthroats. But they're decent loudmouth cutthroats.
So they're no trouble, huh?
No, nothing I can't see coming. Though some spaces, as soon as they walk in, I can smell it on them, so I break their necks just a little to be on the safe side. Not trouble I smell on you, is it?
I left my troubles outside.
Good. As soon as I saw you, I said, well, there's one smart vertebrae. You hang around here and I see you all right, decent food and drink, maybe a couple of juicy deals. Oh, a respectable guy like you wants to be careful where he's seen. You don't want to hang out in some spit and sawdust toilet with a liquor license. You need somewhere like this. Place with a little, refrain.
Thanks for the advice, sir.
My friends call me Joe. Probably because that's my name.
They're various.
Of course you are. Manners.
Joe, you mentioned some juicy deals.
Not just juicy, dripping. Suppliers, wholesalers, jobbers. You might say that I run a very moist establishment. Yeah? What is it? Who sent you?
Are you Hal Taffin?
I might be. Then again, who's asking?
My name's Lev Aris. I believe you're in possession of a medical pod.
Oh, no. Not me.
The public database says you got it off the Canara.
Don't believe everything you read in the database.
Now listen, Taffin. I don't have time for your paranoid games. Maybe you'll be a little more talkative. Okay, shoot, Taffin. But make it a good one. Because if I don't drop dead the second you pull that trigger, you lose the rest of your ugly face.
Oh, the pod. You want to know about the medical pod. Why didn't you say so? I sold it to a guy called Angus Santana on Anher. Works for some charity called Interplanetary Aid.
What did Santana want with it?
We're looking for something to use as a medevac.
How come you sold it so fast?
I don't like trouble. That ship's trouble. There were some people. There were a lot of questions. Everyone's been getting rid of anything they had from that ship.
Why all the interest?
Get out of here.
Don't mind the mess, mess the mind. That's the slogan for today. Don't know what it means, but when did that ever stop progress, eh? How can I help, sir?
Lev Aris.
Excellent. I can only give you a few minutes, I'm afraid, Sir Aris. On the way to a meeting. 3 meetings, actually, simultaneously.
I appreciate it.
Where did I put those minutes? You must be with Taffin Reclamation.
Yes.
Hey, it's really cool about that memory solid turning up. Could have had mucho trouble decommissioning the pod without it. You want tea? Coffee? Liquid air?
That is...
That is? That is ain't in the script, is it? that is decidedly this conversation.
Well,
You're not with Taffin, are you? Whoever you are, the idea of you coming in here wearing a fake beard and moustache, metaphorically speaking, doesn't float my boat. Do you hear what I'm saying?
So, Harris, isn't it?
yeah, thanks for telling the whole world.
Word has it you do odd space jobs here and there.
What of it?
I found my old Grandpa Doug's journal. It's a MacArthur Model 6 Journal Master, Mark 41.
Lucky old Grandpa Doug.
Oh, don't mind if I do, I'll have a beer. You'll have to speak up. Eardrums got a little dented. Too many explosions.
What's your problem?
Next Tuesday. Now, came across an entry. He left an old warehouse full of hardware on Bex just before he died. The equipment is still there.
I think I get the picture.
No, I'm not religious myself. All you've got to do is go and pick the stuff up. Clever guy like you should be able to do that.
Yeah, but how will I know how to find the plane?
Just land, and a friend of mine will have the stuff loaded for you.
What's in it for me?
My knees, fine. It's my ears.
Payment.
Oh, 6,000. And I'll throw in Hollow book I wrote about military hardware through the ages.
All right.
Hey, you did me a big favour there. Put a little something in your account just now. 6,000. Thanks, Bill! No! I'm never ill.
Got a little time on your hands?
Who's asking?
Xavier Shandy, with an axe.
Lev Harris with a Y.
Why?
Why do you want me in my ship?
Got a shipment, ain't I? All nice gear. Requires a bit of escorting.
I don't usually do escort work. Something sensitive.
I wouldn't say sensitive. A little moody, maybe.
I charge extra for arms shipments. They tend to attract unwanted attention. And I've got to know what it's for, otherwise no go.
There's a nice little, uprising on Correcticus.
What, the mutant thing?
I prefer to think of them as genetically challenged. You got something against muties?
Not if I can help it. So come on, Xavier with an X. What's the score?
Guns. Transported.
What are we talking, credit-wise?
8,000 up front, detail and completion.
Not enough.
I'll get someone cheaper then.
Come on, come on.
Hey there, Sir Harris. How's the lady with the wheel treating you?
Not too bad, Sir Shandy. Yourself?
Let's sit down, and I'll give you a bit of narrative. Download this. Got a cargo, PGA, very soon. I've got to go rendezvous with that out by the system jump point.
You need someone to fly shotgun for?
Not the cargo. My little mining operation. Some places out here have been getting wiped off late. Hate to have that occurring while I was off taking care of business.
What kind of price are we talking?
5,000. I can't front it to you, unfortunately. Cash flow problems.
You'll get it all when I get back, though.
Hey, Harris!
Blondie!
Man, you've got the lady's own gift for coming out of nowhere when you need it.
I heard the news. I just hate not getting paid.
A man after my own heart.
I'll settle for my 5,000.
Take 10.
But that's twice what we agreed.
It's what you deserve. Now shut up and let me buy you a drink.
Nice going, Father. I owe you one.
How about right now?
Yeah, come on.
My guest.
But the pod went down in the Canera.
Oh my goodness.
And some data was lost from the pod's memory, and now it can't be traced. Listen, I have the pod's serial number, if it would be of any help.
Come here. I really shouldn't be doing this.
There. It was commissioned and paid for by a Dan Maitor on Janus 4.
Goodness. The record's almost 20 years old.
What?
Anyway, there's his address. Though there's no guarantee he's there anymore.
Yes?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to a Sir Jan Maitor, please.
No. Go away.
Holy God! You! Get out!
Sir Maitor, I'm here about a pod.
At another age and another time and place. Begone, I beseech you, begone!
The pod, you mad old bastard. The one that went down in the Canera.
Canera? You mean Malika didn't... What do you want of us now?
I want to know where that pod was before it was put on board the Canera when I was put in it.
Why are you asking me these things? I'm not supposed to know them. I'm supposed to have forgotten them.
Well, remember those things.
Now! Kappa Labs. Kappa, damn you. Now go, leave us alone.
Give me the coordinates.
But you know, it's out in the scatterbelt. Listen, it was all so long ago, but it was all right. The pod worked. Just tell me what you want.
Who put me in the pod?
Go to Kappa Labs, you'll see. If I open my mouth, you know what they'll do. You know better than most. My heart, I can't breathe. Your father, he would... He said...
Father? What about my father?
What about my father?
lot to tell you, Aris. I don't know how much you know. I don't know how much you're involved. Right now, I don't care. They've infiltrated every aspect of society. And anyone who tries to stop them, anyone who tries to get in their way, they're eliminated.
That puts you in the firing line, Hassan.
It's my job.
That's all it is, a job.
You tell me, Aris. You tell me about the man who runs the Kindred.
What am I supposed to know?
He's clever, ruthless, brilliant by all accounts.
Yeah, I think we've established that he's a powerful bastard. What's that to do with me?
In the Kindred organization, his name is Kronos. CIS is at war with the Kindred. It's a war you found yourself in the middle of.
I don't want any part of it. I've got my own problems.
You haven't begun to have problems. You cross me, you'll have problems. You're gonna have to choose sides, Aris. Which brings us to the Kindred operative known as Malachi.
Yeah, look, maybe I knew him once. I had a crash.
So we noticed. Memory loss. Unlucky, or a good excuse.
What's so important about Malachi?
We think he's one of Kronos' top lieutenants, possibly his closest friend for many years. And he seems inordinately interested in you.
Why?
That's the question. Maybe he was the one who erased your personal records. Maybe he was the one trying to get you at the hospital at Cryos. What's important is he's trying to get to you. And that means you can help us get him.
Well, you want to use me as bait?
We'll be doing each other a favor.
No way. No, this is your crusade, Hassan. Who was it? A CIS partner? A lover? Who did the Kindred kill that's burned you so bad?
It's got nothing to do with it.
You're lying.
You're right. There was someone.
Okay, I need extra weapon systems installed in my ship.
Blind fire do?
Absolutely. And I'll need files, a complete breakdown of everything you know about the Kindred.
You got it. And I'll give you some passwords. Get you into the computers of a firm called Blessed Aqualine on Bex. You might find something of interest.
What happens if the Bex police catch me snooping through their files?
Don't let them.
A CIS operative condoning breaking the law?
I prefer to think of it as bending.
Well, don't you have your own agents for this kind of thing?
Never know who to trust in this business, Aris. It's a dirty war. They got moles inside the CIS. We got agents in their organization. We give them the mushroom treatment.
The mushroom treatment?
Yeah, feed them shit. Keep them in the dark. You'll find the files and passwords for Aqua One in your ship's computer. You should check out the business of a man called Hugo Carmichael.
What happens when Kronos' people get to me?
We won't be far behind.
And when I'm through with all this?
Maybe by then, you'll know who you are. Be able to make your own choice.
Have we been introduced?
You've introduced yourself. When you blew away those goons that were trying to ruin my day, you have the dry slips, mister. Let me wet them for you, though. Cheers.
Bottoms up.
Well, that depends. Melissa Banks.
Lev Aris.
Thanks for helping me out, Liv.
It was a pleasure.
Was or is?
Well, that depends. Who were those guys anyway? Jealous boyfriends?
Something to do with my dead brother.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He got killed a few months back. Only heard about it recently. Started asking questions, then suddenly started finding people like that waiting out in the dark for me. The dark is no place to be alone in.
What do you suggest?
I could use a wingman. Interested?
Unfortunately, my schedule's a little full at the moment.
Listen, I understand completely. It's a lot to ask. I'll do all right. It's just that I saw how good you were. But I still owe you a favor. And I hope I'll get the chance to let you know how grateful I am. Eventually.
What?
Hugo Carmichael.
Who wants to know?
My name's Lev Harris. I have some questions for you.
Yeah, I bet you have. It's a pity I'm fresh out of answers.
Looks like you're going somewhere in a hurry.
Oh, what gives you that impression?
Malachi.
Mallow what?
Your sudden departure wouldn't have anything to do with Malachi, would it?
Only if I believed in ghosts. Listen, pal, I've got a ship to catch.
Not before I ask you a couple of questions about a box you're taking care of.
I don't know nothing about no box.
Someone named Lan Regis.
Oh, boy. You running in a new brain, or what? I already told you that worm food's nothing to worry about. Now get out of here.
You seem a little nervous.
Only about missing my ship.
Does this have something to do with me?
You really restore my faith in human stupidity. Hand me my trunks.
Let me help you somehow.
You? Help me? You got a ship? You got D drive?
Yeah.
Well, so have I. And I'm going to Hephaestus. It's a long journey and nasty things can happen when you're flying alone. So, if you're so keen to play the Good Samaritan, you can watch my arse, OK?
Sure. Is it Malachi you're worried about?
Oh, Jesus, you are behind the times. Malachi was a code name for Lan Regis. He fried when the Canera went down. Haven't laughed so much since my first divorce.
Malachi on the Canera?
We'll talk when we get to Hephaestus.
Oh, excuse me. I'm looking for somebody called Hugo Carmichael. He's a guest, I believe.
Certainly, sir. Just follow your lovely hostess. She'll take you to his room.
This way, sir. Room 13014, sir. Enjoy your stay at the Galactic Gourmet.
Hugo?
Step inside. Thought you said you leave your troubles outside.
Sometimes they just follow you in.
Looking for something special, right?
Yeah.
First, you want a drink. A big one.
Right again. Joe, listen. I need somebody.
It's written all over your face, love.
Somebody who knows how to crack a password.
Is that all? Grab yourself a seat. I'll bend a few appropriate ears.
am known as Dimitri. I believe you're being called Aris.
I believe so.
Joe says you've got some nature of a problem. Aha. Take it. Spiteful.
Spiteful, how?
Well, the algorithm for breaking this little baby is going to be a technical headache on a major scale. We are talking problems.
How many problems?
About 30,000 problem, I'd venture.
That's a lot of problems.
So is this. Where I have to go for the algorithm, I may not be able to go again for a while. I have to cover my lost business.
20,000.
Take it or leave it. This one's hotter than a Venturi chamber with an ulcer.
Okay, you're on.
Good. It'll take me a little while to get this sorted. Time-wise. You hang limply and abuse yourself.
Where are you going?
Somewhere quiet to work.
No. How do I know you won't just run off with it?
Dimitri, don't run. Unless there's a fight.
New evidence, Suma's eye has now officially been classified presumed lost after transmissions from its location in a previously unsurveyed star system of approximately missions transmits not to inspect the This question is caused by multiple devices electronic a week ago and is like
That was quick.
It is. When you know how. Go on.
What's that?
Due decapitalement.
What?
Someone must have nervous body trying to force this. There's enough dudec here to blow you, me, sinners, and this whole goddamn side of this port into vaposphere. And the whole wouldn't even smoke afterwards. Just goes to show you. It pays to spend money on quality work. Meanwhile, if I were you, I'd take that somewhere quiet.
I hate seeing people drink alone.
Then put a stop to it.
So, hotshot, how have you been keeping?
Busy.
Still trying to find that man you used to know?
Yep, you still afraid of being alone in the dark?
I didn't say I was afraid. Just that I preferred company. Not just any company, though. I'm choosy.
That's what I hear.
So you've been asking about me?
I don't need to ask. People talk about you. There's even a crazy rumor about you and me.
Is that so? Well, maybe you should give them some more gossip.
What's the matter, Uncle?
Oh, nephew, the heart of the things that we had here, the soul of them has been stolen! taken by heartless infidels, doubtless to be sold for filthy lucre!
What was this exactly?
A small and exquisitely made image of the Lord of the Brews in his aspect as taster. The holy cup in one hand is other raised in blessing. Oh, a thing of great beauty of history, which our people have cherished for a millennia. And now, all gone. We would do anything to get it back. Anything.
How much anything?
Quite a lot. 10th out at least.
Nasty, despoiling infidels. You got their names, did you?
Oh, yes, indeed. Bray, Ronnie or Reggie.
Quite a place, isn't it?
You have a gift for understatement, sir.
Farsa, Alberto Farsa.
I feel like I've fallen into a Caprat's hole.
Yes, the Beck's religious impulse has its collective side, as in collect anything and keep it, whether you remember where it came from or not.
And you, Sir Fossa, what do you collect?
Opportunities. I've just come by a nice, shiny new one.
Oh?
There's about to be a private auction of something rather special. A couple of business associates have just acquired a small piece of religious art. They're about to sell it off. I don't think they know how special it is, and if I turned up at the auction, it might tip them off.
Well, it sounds to me like you need someone to act for you, someone who doesn't usually turn up at auctions.
There would be more than adequate remuneration in it for the agent. Are you interested?
How adequate?
5,000 or so. All you would need to do is bid on my behalf.
Well, there's nothing pressing on it. And one can only look at so many pictures of the Holy Vine without getting a hangover.
Very well. The auction will be in here later this evening.
How high do you want me to bid?
No limit. You will find enough to cover in your account. I'll pick the object up from you after the auction. The Holy Brewer's blessing on you, sir.
Glad you came. You know some guys named Bray, Sir Lev? Well, you watch out for them. They're in these spaces again. Their mother watched too much Hollerbox when she was carrying. Messed up their heads. Would have messed up their hearts as well. Only they don't have any.
We don't recognize you.
You'll recognize the color of my credits soon enough. Let's have a look.
Not the original. An early copy, innit? Start a bidding.
5.
Be serious. I'll break your legs.
15.
Better.
20.
30.
35.
40.
42.
100.
100 crates for this piece of piss.
I like art. Any other bids? You confirm payment.
nephew! How can I help you?
Uncle, I think this belongs to you.
The Holy One! The image of the maker of malts!
Not an early copy.
The original! May the thieves thirst forever! Yes! But my nephew, how did you come by this thing? Honestly, I hope.
I think we better let that fall by the wayside for the moment.
No matter. The holy brew of the Great One washes all memory free, especially the inconvenient ones. But my nephew, you must allow the avuncular order to say thank you.
Well, think nothing of it.
But you must! Otherwise, in the next world, the Holy One will withhold the divine brew from us. Would 10,000 be adequate?
10's a nice round number, but I wouldn't want to be greedy.
Greed is in the heart, not in the credit account. Suppose it 20 and suppose it done. And come and have a beer!
Now you mention it, I am a little dry.
Come on, this way! You make me very happy!
Sir Harris,
Yes, sir?
can I ask you a favour?
Depends.
A paid favour?
My favourite kind.
Can you get me out of here?
Sorry?
I don't particularly want to be here. Unfortunately, some people want my money to be here.
Your money?
I've just come into some. Quite a lot, actually. But if I don't move pretty fast now, these people are going to get it.
But what can I do, Auntie?
Get me off planet now. I'll give you 3,000 credits to get me to Hephaestus.
Wow. If you can get yourself ready quietly.
No trouble.
So who?
Sir who saved my silly old skin. I'd know you anywhere. Do you have a girlfriend? Daddy will be so pleased with you. I'm his favourite. Well, actually, his only child. But that still makes me his favourite, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Look,
Daddy is very important on Anher. Not that I want to go back there. I like being on my own. I'm a grown woman.
Yes, so you are.
I've been looking for a partner ever since I left home. We could do jobs and risky errands and stuff. Oh, it'd be so much fun. And we'd probably fall madly head over heels in love.
Sarah, I didn't catch your name.
Louisa, Elizabeth, Einstein, Mayflower, Tennessee, Buttercup, Phillips.
Unfortunately, Lou, I can't stay. I've got to meet somebody. They're not here. I better go. Nice talking to you. Try and stay away from dangerous areas next time.
Oh, don't go! What about you being my partner? What about us?
I'd recognize those lips anywhere.
They should do. They've been just about everywhere.
Don't remind me. No, on second thoughts, remind me all you like.
I'm not sure if I should. I hear you've been fooling around with a little space bimbo.
Lies and rumors. She's not my type.
Oh. What is your type?
Let's go upstairs and be really dirty.
Okay. Sir Aris, I owe you my freedom.
And 3,000 credits.
Paid with thanks.
And the beer?
Don't talk to me about beer. Well, well.
I'd offer to buy you a drink, but you seem to be pretty well equipped.
Yeah. That's what they all say. And it's always a fool who listens.
Why?
Haven't I seen you around here before?
I thought that was supposed to be my line.
I'm serious. You're that hot pilot, aren't you? You free this week?
I am, but I was hoping to hang on to my liver a while longer.
A humorist. Tell me, Sir Hot Pilot. You ever killed anybody?
It's hard to avoid in my line of work.
Do you want to kill someone else? I can pay.
Who do you have in mind?
My old boss. It's the oldest story in the book. He says to me, Bernice, someday you're going to have my job, but first you'll need a little coaching. And I believed him. Oh, he coached me all right. And when promotion time came around, guess who got promoted? And guess who got bimbo-tracked?
As you say, an old story.
With a very old solution. Heart failure. Oh. His. You interested?
Depends on the payment.
Cash on the barrelhead. And when I hear he's dead, 7,000.
Sorry, Sarah. I don't think so.
Another little boy in man's clothing. Go away, little boy. You bother me. Just look at you. I bet you've forgotten.
Forgotten what?
Our anniversary.
Our what?
It's the anniversary of the very first time we met. When I came out of nowhere and saved your life.
That's not quite how I remember it.
Typical man.
Sorry, do I know you?
In every conceivable sense.
I mean, your face is familiar, but...
Oh, that's a pity. Seeing as I've just booked a hotel suite with a free-fall jacuzzi.
Melissa! Happy anniversary, darling!
Do I know you, mister?
Well, don't you remember? You saved my life.
Somehow I just can't recall.
We met at the Rampant Robots bar. You gave me a cure for dry lips.
I did?
Listen, has this suite really got a free-fall jacuzzi?
You bet.
You found something of interest.
News travels fast.
Does if you spend enough money.
Malachi's dead.
Oh, if Malachi's dead, who the hell have we got? Hey, man. CIS, Secure Services. Beck's TP High Security Facility.
BTP.
Chief Proctor's office. Ron, it's David Hassan.
David. The orders came through this morning. He's on his way.
What orders?
Moving a prisoner over to Hades.
Orders? Under whose seal?
Yours.
What's going on?
These orders come through.
Last night. We shipped him out a couple of hours ago.
Tell BTP to get everything they can out there. The ship's gonna be attacked. Coming?
So you made it through after all. Bravo.
Bravo? You know how many people have died?
Oh, who the hell cares?
Who are you?
Well, I suppose we're all friends around here. My code name is Reinhardt.
You sure you're not Malachi?
Don't be absurd. Malachi's dead. Do I look dead? Malachi and I, well, let's say we used to be Kronos' right-hand men.
Used to be.
So, where do I fit into all this?
Please, let us proceed in an orderly fashion. Information is a valuable commodity. Before I tell you anything, I will require certain assurances. I find myself being sought by both the Kindred and the CIS.
And you think we're the softer option?
Positively sponge-like, David. I'll require a CIS protection plan, a new identity on one of the more idyllic outworlds.
That could be arranged.
I never doubted it.
So, who am I?
Do you remember your brother?
My brother?
Your twin brother. You were born just moments before him, which made you the oldest. Therein lie the problem.
My brother? Sir?
How he hated the way your mother doted on you. Then when you got sick with the AOS virus and they froze you, it broke her heart. Sar always blamed you for her death.
This is bullshit. It can't be.
What can it be?
When your father's heart gave out on him, you were still in deep freeze, so the mantle of power went to your little brother.
My father?
Vel Ricard. You are Vel Ricard II.
But he died 20 years ago.
No, he was put into a cryopod 20 years ago.
Lev, your father was founder of Ricard Planetary.
Which became the Kindred. Since taking over, Sar has turned himself into Kronos.
Kronos? That was a boardroom nickname for my father, the old man.
Now it's your brother, who was always unstable, but constant use of Revive.
Well, the anti-aging drug, that stuff's dangerous, isn't it?
Only insofar as it eventually makes you age faster and as an added bonus turns the mind to jelly, which is what's happening to little Sar, much to our distress.
So, things got too messy, even for you. My heart bleeds.
Yes, it does bleed. It's bled profusely since that little accident we arranged. Do you ever wish that it was you that died and not your shit right?
David, he's just trying to wind you up.
Succeeding, it seems. But think, if you hadn't been frozen, you'd have been part of our war against the CIS. There wouldn't have been quite such buddy love between you then, huh?
Yeah, whoever I was, I've changed.
People don't change that much. Some are born wolves. Some are sheep. You might be wearing sheep's clothing, but your fangs are showing through.
Yeah, well, maybe losing my memory was the best thing that could have happened to me. It's given me a chance to choose who I am.
God, this has become dangerously close to being a religious experience. Forget it. As soon as all your memories return, you'll be just like you used to be. Your father's son.
Maybe he's right.
Your old man was a wise one. When he had Jan Mitor freeze you, he also stored all the company access codes with you.
Yeah, he did. I'm remembering that now.
When Sar went off the rails, Malachi and I knew we needed the sun and air back, but Sar found out, had Malachi killed in the Canero.
Those guys in the hospital?
The first two were mine. I didn't tell the idiots to trash the whole place just to get you out of there.
We're looking for Sir Levaris.
He's in physio at the moment.
And the second two were SARS come to blow me away, and when that didn't work, he sent Kindred Ops to tell me to finish off the job.
He knows you could replace him.
That's right, I will.
You maybe have a chance to
test that resolve is coming to take someone out himself.
Who? Me?
His boss. The head of CIS.
She'll know, McCallum. The security conference.
The very same.
David, this is my war too.
What side are you on?
The right side.
Sir Aris, remember, once a wolf, always a wolf. You look the same. How I hated that face. But how I love my own.
Well, it's just as well you're so well adjusted, sir. Otherwise, that could have driven you a little crazy. You look like shit, by the way.
Shit. Shit! Still the same old smug belle, eh? Well, your face might be new, but that's the only thing that is. Your history. The firm's done quite nicely without you.
That's not what I heard. You've become a liability, embarrassment. People are laughing at you.
No one laughs at Kronos!
Kronos was our father. You're not fit to carry the same name. Neither of us are.
I'm fit enough to expand the kindred, to make it more feared, more hated, more effective.
More bullshit, brother. The kindred is falling apart quicker than you are.
You're just jealous! Jealous because I was the eldest. Jealous because Mummy liked me better than you! Go on, admit it. Admit it, Tsar, you're jealous of me.
You're crazy. I'm Val, you're Tsar, remember?
No, I mean... It's not fair. It was never fair.
Face it, Tsar, you've cracked and all your plans have cracked too.
No! I'll show them! I should have been me who's the eldest. I was nastier than you. Harder, meaner. I'll show them who's best son.
But they're both dead. Father never liked you, and Mother only.
Don't you dare mention her! You pushed me aside in the womb, didn't you? I should have come out first, but you pushed me aside.
I couldn't say so. I think I was asleep at the time.
Oh, always the jokes, always the witty replies, always light, always love. I've left my mark on you. It will take you years to get the company back the way you want it.
Maybe not. I have all the company codes. I have the keywords to all the shell accounts. But more than that, I can be Kronos for as long as I want to.
No!
For as long as it takes to put things right.
No, you can't. I am Kronos.
Say goodnight, little brother.
Be the light.
Take me to one of the escape ships. We're going home.